show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Well, welcome back to Rangers Radio. A nice quiet game there, no lot of excitement in it. Hamilton 3, Rangers 5. Opinions, Bridge.
Delighted for the result. Absolutely delighted with the result. I thought 4 out of the 5 goals were absolutely different class, in my honest opinion. I thought Windass, certainly the two of these goals. The one against the goalkeeper, well, I'm afraid the goalkeeper made a clanger, but I'll accept the goal. I thought that the other goals, absolutely brilliant. I'm so pleased for Rangers, so pleased. Come out there on a very poor pitch for us, and we don't play very well on that pitch. In fact, we struggle sometimes, and they're a big, robust team, that, you know. So really and truly, I thought we gave away 3 poor goals. I think everybody could probably agree with that. But 5 great goals, 5 goals for us, 4 great ones, and it could have been double figures today with the chances that we were creating for ourselves. So well played, good football. I'm really delighted, and we're back in second place. So well done, Rangers.
Fair enough, Bridge. Ibrox Loyal.
Hi mate, it was one of the games, wasn't it, that you weren't really expecting at kick-off, but as Bridge says there, mate, 4 great goals, one clanger for their keeper, but well done to Windass, who took the shot. I think someone says in the lottery, you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle sort of thing. Unfortunate for us, we conceded 3 very sloppy goals, but we scored 5, mate. As Bridge says, could have been double figures, and outstanding again for Windass, mate. He's certainly banging in the goals now, and I've seen a wee bit of defending for my day as well, which we've been maybe a bit critical of him in the past, and he's done it today, so well done to him.
We've also been joined by Boswell. Afternoon again, Bos.
Good afternoon, boys.
Hi, Boswell.
Oh, was it just to sneak your 1-0 win there, Bridge?
Oh, delighted.
He wasn't far out, was he?
No, I wasn't.
No, I just love it. I just love it. I love it
glad
when
he didn't
I'm
do my curtain, I'll tell you. I thought Jamie Murphy was different class from start to finish.
Superb today, wasn't he? Absolutely super.
But I'm going to go against the grain here. Is I thought Josh Windus's goal where the keeper made a rick. That's the keeper's problem. That's no Josh Windus.
Of course, absolutely.
Because he got into the position and they were all dragged over to one side, and Josh Windus just took a punt. The goalkeeper being incompetent, you know. Yeah. But of course, that goalkeeper wasn't good for the whole afternoon. And mind you, I don't think ours entirely covered himself in glory. But
our thoughts exactly.
But you know, you look at that, and I thought Jamie Murphy always was an out ball on the left hand side. I thought he was excellent. Second half, maybe not so much, because the game just kind of closed down. It became a doer midfield battle. But I thought we were good value. But just those goals, very disappointing. And a penalty and plus a yellow card. I'm sorry, I don't know what planet the referee's on. But what on earth can a defender do when he's going to ground, he's won the ball, his hand's in the air? Well, where else does he put it when he's sliding and the boy's a yard away? Come on, that's not, I mean, struggling for a penalty kick, but never ever a booking, because it's never an intentional handball. But as I said in the lobby, if that's given across the way, there's mass looting and burning in the streets. You know, because we're refereed to a different standard than everybody else, and nobody else gets awarded that. Was it Andy Walker said, had the game been closer, he wouldn't have awarded the penalty? Either it's a penalty or it's not. I'm sorry, but when that sort of situation is, either the rule is, if it's a deliberate handball, it's a penalty, no matter whether it's the first minute or the last minute. It's the same as a sending off, but of course, you know, we're dealing here with... So how can he have refereed in Europe this week? I'm going to go and look at his game, because it must have been absolute rubbish for him to get a game, because he was hopeless.
Right, anyway. We'll not moan too much about it, but...
Are you moaning about when we win, Fox? That's the thing, is we moan about decisions when we win. That's the thing, is it's griping when you lose. That's what people don't like.
I thought their goalkeeper was a good example of poppadom wrists.
We punched that ball into the roof of the net with great force, though.
Wow.
Well,
we never got after the best of starts, guys. Once again, slow to pick up the pace of the game, and we're 1-0 down after 5 minutes. Now, we'll put it down to his shocking defending, but fair play to the boy. Was it Lyon that scored the goal?
Yeah, he was good all afternoon.
Good finish. I mean, let's be fair. If we'd have finished a goal like that, we'd have been saying it was a well-struck goal, which it was.
I'm blaming the goalkeeper.
You're blaming the goal. Do you think he's at fault?
Wes, I think Wes, ball across the goalkeeper. Well, what can you say? You know,
yeah,
he
but
can't
it's
get
where it comes from.
But it's travelling at a good pace. It's on a fast pitch, so it might not be. I've just got something against Wes Fotheringham when he's going when we lose goals that come across the goalkeeper. I just get something against him. You'll hear me saying this quite a lot about him.
Bridge, the situation had manifested itself long before it got past Wes. So that's what I say is that there was a problem there long before it got to the boy where he could pass it into the net. But the thing is, we weren't strong enough. We were all trying to be tippy-tappy instead of just going through and cleaning somebody out and saying, right, that's it. Take a throw in and just regroup.
I think that the first few minutes, maybe let's say the first 5 minutes, and up to the point where they scored, we actually never switched on. And I thought the last 5-10 minutes, we actually switched off defensively. So we weren't at the game, and they were getting corners. We were heading the ball out for corners. We were defending resolutely, and then we gave away. We allowed the boy in to get the goal. And there's a whole myriad of just poor decision making, and simply because we weren't switched on, in my opinion. And they were switched on immediately.
You know, people don't make decisions. That's the thing. Is that if you let a player at that level go past you, he's going to do you.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, we've got a call coming in, Fox.
Hello, caller.
Right, Fox, how you doing, mate?
What's your name in the lobby, mate?
It's Far Wheel.
How we doing,
Far Wheel? How you doing, bud?
Aye, not bad.
You happy?
Absolutely delighted.
What was your view on what you seen, mate?
These are the games where we were getting beat last season. Are
you getting a bit of feedback there or something?
I'm trying to stop that. I don't know what's happening.
It's the lobby. You'll still have the radio in the lobby, mate, if you're in the lobby. I'll come back to you in a minute once you switch the radio off, and that'll stop it feeding back to you.
Thanks, Fox.
Right, well, we'll move on. We were quickly back into the game just before we equalised. Morelos had a terrific wee back flick that came off the crossbar, which was a warning that we were getting back on top. And then then we scored the first goal. What did you think of they two flashes there, mate? Morelos' header bridge, and then finally we make the breakthrough and get back to 1-1.
I thought. Sorry. I was answering too quickly there, pal. Sorry, I thought you'd finished. I thought the Morelos header was an excellent header, very unfortunate, but the first goal was really good. I'm really happy with everything that we did as far as our goals are concerned. No complaints at all. I thought, well done to Mr. Windass. Seriously, beautiful play. Some of the play we had leading up to the goals, tremendous stuff. Tremendous.
That first goal, Fox, was I felt that we were starting to pass the ball a bit, and we'd kind of calmed ourselves down a lot. I don't know what happened, but we seemed not to have control of the centre of midfield. Goss and young Greg Docherty weren't very good at the start of that, and the ball would kept moving out to the left to both Windass and Jamie Murphy, and I thought Jamie Murphy was the one that kind of calmed it all down and really started making the passes again. And I thought that was just a really good goal for Morelos to get back in the game again, and a good finish too. Did really well, because Jamie Murphy came through and he cracked that, and he could have easily gone in and tried to sort that for his own, but a nice wee ball back, and Morelos just from about 6 or 7 yards side footed it past the keeper. That to me was a good team goal.
Indeed.
It was actually Morelos that drove into the box and cut it back for Murphy.
Yeah, so Jamie Murphy took him in. He had a shot and it hit the bounced off. The keeper couldn't. The keeper spilled.
I thought it was
Actually-
a lovely wee
Yeah.
cutback by Morelos. I mean, people
Yeah.
keep saying he's very greedy because he's a striker, but
It
there
showed
was
good
three
awareness.
Hamilton defenders.
2 assists.
And he picked him out and stroked away with Jamie Murphy, you know.
There's 2
Absolutely.
assists today. Morelos had two assists. So
Anyway,
you can't-
Foul Wheel, you sorted out your problems yet?
Yes, I think I disconnected.
Oh, that's better.
feed there.
That's better.
That was great performance, and one of the things I always worry about is when a player signs an extension of a contract, maybe their motivation lacks, and the fact that Windass signed an extension and then scored 3 goals today. Oh, fantastic. I always remember when we started in Europe against Progress, Windass, I felt his career was finished then. See that night when I saw him, he wasn't tracking back. There was a tackle he should have made, he never made it, and I felt, oh, this guy doesn't deserve to be in the club. And he's proven me wrong. Absolutely wonderful. Another 3 goals. Good stuff. Keep it going.
You know, whilst I agree with you, Pinwheel, I think it's always important
Foul
to
wheel.
understand. Sorry, Foul Wheel. It's important to understand about Josh Windass is that you can get a progress performance out of Josh Windass whenever it suits him.
Sure.
Yeah, and I think that whilst we'll get today a hat-trick against Hamilton and he could have scored more, I still think there's not a real heart in there.
I think
I
he's
think-
just. I think
On you
it's
go,
just.
Foul
His,
Wheel.
sorry, Fox. I think it's just his attitude sometimes when you listen to him, he's a wee bit cocky and you think,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is that sometimes that laissez-faire attitude is sometimes it's never far away
Yeah.
from him, and I just sometimes think that he just lacks desire sometimes, and I don't know, when things are going well it's okay, but maybe when things aren't going so well it's not so okay.
see when I was on the Rangers website and I was looking at Rangers TV and I looked at his interview after he signed his extension, without making a big deal about it, he did mention he played in the wrong position. And he acknowledged that. And he's actually saying, I'm playing in the right position, I'm playing centre mid, I'm not a left winger. Do you know what I mean?
I think
Sometimes-
since Graham Murty's come in, I think he's been a much more focused player.
I think he's actually listening to what
What he's been told.
what he's been preaching to him, that he needs to work.
Yeah.
I watched him quite
Today
closely.
was back. Fighting
For
back,
most of the
folks.
game, mate. He was all over the park, and
Mhm, yeah.
3 goals apart. I thought he worked his socks off today.
Yeah. I agree.
And, if Josh Windass keeps progressing for me, I think we'll be glad we extended his deal.
Yeah, you know, I think what might be good for him as well is he sees the amount of work that Jamie Murphy can get through. Going back, tracking your men, being there as an extra man to defend. Jamie Murphy, for me, that part of his game is the kind of unsung part of Jamie Murphy's game. I thought he was superb today. And he's also up at scoring a goal and helping to assist. And I just thought all round, if Josh Windass looks at him and says, there's a player I would like to be, you know, maybe in 5 or 6 years' time, a player that will track back, he'll defend, he'll be there as another body, but he's also there on the left wing, trying to cut in to provide chances and be the spare man for other people. I think that he's, since Jamie Murphy's come to the club, he's improved as a player as well.
See, one of the things, although I don't like Andy Walker, and I was listening to his commentary, and he spoke about Tavernier, and one of the things I liked was talking about Jimmy Nicholl being there, and that information and the experience that Jimmy Nicholl's got. Do you think that's getting past to Tavernier? You know, the fact he's a captain, the fact that he's defensively he's more sound than he ever was. You know how we were all critical of him.
Yeah, he was very restrained today, wasn't he?
Absolutely, but exactly, he's got 2 tasks. He's getting forward. He's got that defensive side. Do you think that Jimmy Nicholl side of it is really starting to bear fruit now?
I think that's why Jimmy Nicholl was brought to the club. Would you agree,
Absolutely.
Fox?
Well, I think with Graham Murty also been a full-back, mate.
Yeah, it helps.
As I've said in previous programmes, Tavernier's job over the last couple of years has been completely different to what he's playing now. He was the focus of a lot of our attacks, but now he's allowing it. I mean, the front 4 players at the day, mate, were very creative, very skillful, and they scored goals between them. James Taverner doesn't have to maraud forward as
He's got
much as
Candias.
he used to. Aye.
He's got Candias in front of him, and
Yep.
what he was doing was putting nice balls down the wing and letting Candias run onto them and bring them back inside again.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we've also been joined by Cairo. Afternoon, Cairo.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Cairo.
How you doing,
Hello,
Cairo?
hello. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine.
What's your thoughts?
I thought I've a couple of things. First thing I'm going to say for the off, so all my comments are tainted with this. That pitch is shite. We shouldn't be playing football on that pitch. That's no. It was like Bambi and ice some of the times. Players weren't tackling, players weren't getting in full help because of it, and that's both sides. And even although it affects both sides, the two goals they scored for open play for quite a distance, they weren't hard shots or anything. They know how to play in that part and they know how to move it. I don't think any game should be playing in that. I thought Murphy had a great game up to 60, 70 minutes. He kind of fell out it, but he did the stuff he needed to do a bit more quiet. But he still had a good 20, 30 minutes after that. But he had a great up to that. I think he was your man of the match. Docherty kind of picked up his mantle a wee bit in the defensive side and being seen more when Murphy kind of fell into what he was doing. Windass looks a different player. I like what somebody said a minute ago about Jimmy Nicholl and Taverner. I think that's, for me, I think that's one of the most obvious things I've seen for Jimmy Nicholl came, is that Taverner seems to be concentrating a bit more on his defensive duties, and we still get the advantage of him when he does go forward, that he can go forward, but he's thinking more about his defence and he gets back. On the day's game, the other thing I would say is our defence was poor. If we can guarantee we're going to score 5 goals every week, I would take it. I wouldn't mind losing a couple of goals. Our goalkeeper, I don't know what's wrong with that. Wes, he seems to. That was 2 goals. I mean, they weren't hard hit shots. I know it's on that AstroTurf stuff, but geez, his angles can't be right, and I'll leave that to Ibrox to kind of explain that away how he sees it. But there's something missing with these long shots. And the biggest gripe I had, I went on to mute. Great songs with a fantastic repertoire, but whoever thought of putting that guy next to the microphone that leads off our singers, they need to fucking have a look at themselves. That guy was drinking. The songs were great, the execution was crap, but to go and mute, because look, between listening to Andy Walker and listening to that guy, it was terrible. So I think we need to have a word with the UB or whoever it was that's got the guy that starts off the singing. If don't mind him starting the singing off, just don't stand next to the microphone when you've got armchair supporters trying to watch the game. Other than that, I'm over the moon.
Ibrox Loyal, gauge your rundown and Wes in.
Well, for me, mate, as I said to you before we came on air, I think he's one match away from an absolute disaster. We all know that he is a great shot stopper, but in the last half dozen games, he's been terrible. Me and Ox are famous for talking about it on this show and the post-match shows. His angles are completely off. His diving stance is off. He just doesn't seem to have any confidence when a long shot's coming in. I think we've seen that away at the first goal that had scored at Ibrox a few weeks back.
Can't believe you're blaming Wes for that.
I'm not just blaming Wes, mate. I'll bring in the exact thing. The right-hand side of the defence, for DJ and Russell Martin, they had one of the worst games in a Rangers jersey. Wes has got to get his angles right. For a goalkeeper at his standard, he's got to get his angles right. And I'm not blaming the goalkeeper coach at Sinanu, who's obviously the reserve goalkeeping coach. I'm not blaming him, but I think we need to seriously look about getting a serious goalkeeping coach in.
Templeton's goal was the only place he could have put it. He put it. Do you know what I mean? All that time, and he placed it in the bottom corner. I can't believe you're blaming Wes for that. I really can't.
This is that with the Rangers support, mate, Falwheel. They don't appreciate that other players can also score really good goals. And the likes of they two today, they were really well placed. They were placed out of his reach, and there's nothing Wes can do. Once it's out of his reach, mate, especially the first goal, I thought the boy done well to put it out of his reach, and Templeton as well kind of spun it.
Yeah.
Out his reach and it turned and went in the goal. 2 good goals. I think we should store the third goal. Apparently,
Absolutely.
I didn't believe in. But
And Fox, honestly, I don't want to slate the goalkeeper. I think if it had been on that part of the day and that was only 2 goals, I'm just thinking back to other goals that we've lost. As Fallow says, it was the only place the guy could put it. If a goalkeeper's got his angles right, you shouldn't have anywhere to put it. You've got to work. Got to make the goalkeeper work. He just slotted it round the corner there. Now, you can say it was a great goal, which it was, I'm no doubting that. But I just think that there's something seems to be lacking in these shots. He's just not getting to the... I mean, do you think that the last 4 or 5 months of goals that he's lost, kind of like the goals today, whether it's coming in for the right or in for the left, he lost 8 goals. And no, it's too many for me. I think there's a fundamental issue there.
I think he bent it down. He bent it round 2 defenders that were trying to prevent the shot getting in before he even got that far.
I think. Can I come in there, Phil?
We're standing watching a player take a shot.
Yeah, I think that's the two positions. I agree wholeheartedly. The defenders should have done much better in preventing the shot from coming in. I've got no great complaints because goals will be goals. I think what we're talking about is from a Rangers perspective, purely from a Rangers perspective, from a Hamilton, yes, it was 2 good goals, but from a Rangers perspective, I would have expected our team, as a team, and individuals within it, to do a wee bit better. Every one of our goals that we scored, one showed an enormous amount of luck, so we can't count that, but their goalkeeper made a wee bit of a ricket. But the other ones, if you ask Hamilton fans or our, shall we say, our anti-Rangers pundits, and every one of them will turn and say, oh, there was mistakes all over the place. Rangers should never have scored that because this player, just like we're saying about our goals, the goals against us. So the critique, I think the critique's quite good. And for me, well, we can blame Wes anytime for me.
Do you know, can I say something about this? Because
I don't blame the keeper, I blame the defence. I can tell you.
I blame the team. I blame the team.
No.
one at a time.
It should be. Sorry, guys. I'm getting excited.
It's the defence because those chances should be stopped at source.
Correct.
And it was the first one. So I don't believe that you can blame the goalkeeper because the goalkeeper's stranded by the time the ball's coming close to him. Now, the other point I'll make to you about this is today quite clearly put a lie to something that Rangers supporters were lulled into believing for years. David Templeton can't play on an artificial pitch. What utter nonsense. David Templeton was just lazy when he was at us. And it's about time somebody called him out. Absolute lazy coward. Yet he can turn himself up today. That was a disgrace.
Did you see him getting wrapped up nice afterwards?
Aye, it was brilliant.
Aye, but he never even got as far as that when he was at Ibrox. David Templeton just cruised it when he was with us. An absolute cruiser.
I know.
Well,
I must admit, I laughed when I heard Andy Walker comparing pure skill and Templeton in the same.
You shouldn't be using those 2 words in the same sentence.
I thought, oh my God, really?
I'm just hearing through my headset here that the final result at Parkhead was a draw, so that's another 2 points. So it's been quite a good weekend for us. It just shows you the ups and downs of the SPFL.
It just shows you how important a victory was today, irrespective of the scoreline. It just shows you how important it was. That's brilliant. That's made my day.
Well, I don't know. I'm a wee bit more circumspect about that.
I'm going to buy my wife a drink.
Would you calm down, Bridge? Things could get different.
I'm getting too excited here.
Do you know one thing though that I noticed today was, I know we go on about sometimes Tavernier with his defensive duties, but I thought Declan John was right close to their right wingers. See, even in air, when we were playing last Sunday, when I was at the game, I felt, how are we in the closing end in? They've got loads and loads of space every single time, but I felt just that bit of coaching, when the ball was there, Declan John just seemed to be a lot closer. And for me, that's a great thing. We're just learning week every week.
I never noticed that, Paul, because I wasn't really watching for it, but see if you're what you're saying right, and I'll watch it watch the replay and that. I've been saying it for weeks and weeks. We give opposition wingers in both wings loads and loads of spaces. Loads of space. We get pulled in, we get dragged out of the place, and the wingers always seem to have space. And I was really critical of Wallace when he was playing for the same thing, but it seems to be the way our team shapes up.
Well, that's where a lot of our pace comes from, mate, is on the wings, you know. I like Declan John, as I said before the show. I think he's got tremendous skill in carrying the ball forward. He picks up the ball usually sometimes in the 18-yard box, and then you turn your head away for a second and he's in the 18-yard box on the other end, mate. He's very fast again. It's just that...
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that at all, Fox. Absolutely, and I don't want to take that away from his game. I'm just saying that sometimes, and as I say, I've said it for a wee while, and I've said it in the show a few times, the space that we give wingers, and I think I said it last week when, I'd rather Declan John marked his own man and force somebody else to mark the other guy, because Hibs are running as ragged down our left side the first 20 minutes, and it's because John had two players, and that's one aspect of it. But if he'd go to his own man, it'd force somebody else to go. But generally, just in our general play, when the other teams get the ball and they're attacking, our defence allow the wingers too much space, I think.
Yeah, I would go along with that.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. We always dragged in. We get dragged in and forget about the boy that's all that space. The ball's played into him and they cross it in, and that's usually when it causes all sorts of panic.
Okay, agree with that. We had a wee look at the defence there. What about the midfield pairing of Goss and young Docherty? Bridgeman, how do you think the pairing in the middle done today?
Well, I thought Goss was a bit quieter than he was the last couple of games we've seen him. But still, when he had the ball, plenty of skills. Different pitch, of course, so I don't think it was suited to that type of pitch, to be honest. However, I think our midfield, once we got a grip of the game a wee bit, after maybe 10 minutes in the first half there, I thought Greg Docherty was well worth whatever transfer money we paid for him. I thought he's going to be a superb player for us. Apart from a couple of wee times where he mistimed the tackle type thing, and he might even hurt himself, to be honest. But really and truly, midfield, excellent stuff, just excellent. The passing was superb, and the matching up with our forwards, Windass and Morelos, matching up, taking the ball, holding the ball, pushing it back out again, lovely one-touch passes. I mean, one of the goals we scored there was like 5 passes or 4 passes, maybe I think it was 5 passes, and the ball was in the net. Scored by Windass. Just fabulous stuff. These are the kind of things the Rangers fans want to see. We want to see our team playing like that. What are the skills? Just wonderful. That's what I think of it. Just wonderful.
I think Goss is a player. Greg Docherty, I think, is going to take time for me to settle into that position. If McCrory was fit, I would have McCrory there in front of him. He's a bit lightweight for me. He's got a nice touch on the ball and works very hard, but I think it's going to take him a wee while to settle into our side. What do you think about that, boys?
Yeah, I'm with you, Fox. I think that Greg Docherty was... I didn't think he was too good in the first half. A lot of misplaced passes and not really concentrating very well. And Goss, I nearly called him Jeremy Goss. Just shows my age there, doesn't it? I thought Goss was... I don't know. He just never ever looked as if he was in the game today. But certainly, I think as the game progressed, the two of them got much closer together, and I thought they played as a good team. And I thought Greg Docherty's booking was an utterly outrageous booking. It was never a booking. It was 2 reasonable 50-50s. But of course, he's nowhere in the hoops, so he'll get booked for something like that.
Okay. Cairo, what did you think of the midfield partnership today?
As I say, I thought Murphy was my player of the match. I thought Docherty came on and taken up the mantle, taking the baton off of Docherty. Docherty kind of fell out for the sort of a constructive side of his game, 60-70 minutes, and I think Docherty kind of picked up that sort of a shining away. I thought Goss had a quiet game. I think Windass was, although he was playing up front, he was coming back a bit as well. I thought that's one of the better games I've seen him playing for Rangers.
Sorry, I thought you were finished there, mate.
No, I was just going to say Candias.
But no only the attackers yet. You hold
All
fire
right.
with that.
It depends whether
Hey,
he's
Cairo,
attacking or
stop
defending.
causing trouble. Huh?
Foul wheel. Right, on you go, foul wheel.
Listen, see, Ryan Jack, for me, he was a mainstay of the team. And see, when he was injured, and then you listen that he might not even be ready for next season, I was devastated. I must admit, I was like, he's the guy that's going to keep the team together. And I know Doherty's only started, this was his second game he started.
Mm-hmm.
He's given me real optimism now for the rest of the season, because when Jack was missing, I felt he was the solid bit. You know, I always felt small teams would just run over the top of us, but Jack was that player that would halt it, keep a bit of composure and play some simple passes. And I think Doherty, he's got the tackle, he's got the fire in his belly, he's a supporter like all he is. He's the guy that's made it, you know, the dreams that every one of us had to play for a team. He's made it, and I've listened to him on Rangers TV, and you just want him to succeed, like Halliday. But he's got the potential to be a captain and a real player for us. And I just think he needs to keep the head. Stop doing the daft tackles. Just be professional. But for me, going back to the whole defender bit, holding the play up, he's the mainstay, and I just hope he just keeps the heat. And with Goss, he's the one that just pinging the passes. I'm not optimistic. I think centre midfield, keep it the way it is, and I hope that they grow, and I'm sure they will.
Boz?
What about centre mids?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's what I was saying. I think both of them, because I thought they played as a pair today, Goss and Doherty, and I thought they were both excellent today. Maybe a wee bit rough to start, but much better. I was hoping that Goss would have one of his kind of blitter shots for about 25 yards, but it was he couldn't get his distance today, and so whenever he was having a go at that, they were going well wide, and it was only the people in the burger stands that were in trouble.
Oh, he did have one that the keeper saved low down at the left-hand post. I remember that. Was that no fair free kick?
Don't remember
So
that.
the keeper got doing well and pushed the ball away. But for me in the midfield, I think that both of them are kind of similar players. I think we need the strength of McCrory and let Goss go forward, mate. McCrory there to lock the door at the back would suit me in and out, and he'll be probably one of the first ones fit again. The other midfielders who are injured, you know.
Can I ask you a question here? Because this was something I heard you say during the week there, or might have been before.
Fox, how do you think Doherty's playing though?
I'll answer Bozzy's question first, and then I'll come back to you, Phil. Will.
You had said that you felt that Martin would be the one to be replaced by a better quality centre half. Have you seen anything in the last couple of weeks that's changed your mind on that?
No, I watched him again today, mate. His positional sense, his organisation is good in defence. But for a standing start, try to get up to clear balls, I think he's poor in the air. That's my opinion.
I agree.
Everybody else maybe have a different opinion.
Can I come in on that one? I reckon you're right. To a certain extent, we'll all differ slightly. I don't think he's anywhere near fully match fit yet. I think you'll not see the best of him until next season, if he stays at Rangers. I think there's the rub bridge, isn't it? There's the absolutely, yeah. He's got it all to do. I think he's going to be a good player for us, and there are times when he's going to be, shall we say, outstanding for us in the defence, the heart of defence. He is a Scottish international, but the truth is today.
But so is who's the guy? It's at
Alves.
No. The other Scottish international that was babysitter of the year. I mean, he's a Scottish international as well. But that's what Mulgrew is a Scottish centre half. So if that's the benchmark for Scottish centre halves, I think we're in trouble then.
No, I was meaning that we haven't seen what he's showing us is not international class footballer. So I think he's got a lot to go. I don't think he's anywhere near fully match fit yet, and that may come. But it may turn out. I've said this all along. It may turn out come the end of this season. Our manager might turn and say, "No, he is not what we want. We'll go out and buy a new centre half." It might be something as simple as that. I don't know what deal they've done, of course, but I'm still happy he's there. And sometimes I thought his decision for the penalty to me was just why he's going down. Obviously, wanting to block the shot, but I still don't understand half the things that they do. So as a centre half, I would have been pushing for the guy to let him run nearer the line. And if he gets his shot in, he gets his shot in. Don't go down because you're giving yourself all sorts of problems if you go down. Excuse me, the ball could deflect very easily off the leg and it fly into the net, or as it did, it hit his hand. Gives the referee a decision to make. There you go, decision's made, penalty. Don't get me wrong, that was us just. To me, we were just switched off. The whole defence had switched off by that time. Thought it was the game was over. They're not going to score another goal. Bang, there you go. Sorry.
Anyway,
sorry,
back to foul wheel. What were you saying, foul wheel? Can you remember?
No.
Well, look,
No, it was about Greg Docherty. You know what? I was obviously allaying my fears about when Ryan Jack was injured, and is Docherty a suitable replacement? I think it is. And I was asking you how you felt Docherty was 2 games he started. Remember?
I honestly don't think he's a defensive midfielder, mate. I think he'd be a better player further up the park. I think, as I say, it'll take time for him to get a permanent position in that Rangers side, and he's got a lot of players round about him who are all vying for that spot. I think Goss will hold his position to the end of the season. He's very creative, gives us loads of good options when he's on the ball. So it's only that one position. I think we'll continue to play this 4-2-3-1 away from home. It's been very successful along with the 4-4-2 diamond. And I think there's only one place up for grabs, mate, and I don't think he's going to hold it down permanently at this time.
I kind of disagree. See, just a wee. I know it's just a wee snapshot of the whole game, but in 70 minutes, he didn't get booked for it, but there was a free kick given against him, and he lost the ball. But then he won it with a tackle. It was 50-50, he won it. The ball spilled, and then he got up again and won that as well. That's what I like. I just like that. The free kick was given against him, but it wasn't a free kick. That was just the ref thinking, this boy can't win that ball twice, and he did. That's what I love about him. I think it will. See, for just that wee bit, I just think, that's it. That's the guy we need.
I'll disagree with you. I think the boy we need back's McCrory, mate, who adds that bit of power in the midfield. He doesn't mess about tackling. He's also strong in the air, and he's nobody an easy ride here. And he would be in front of Docherty before me at this present time.
I agree with that.
Anyway, moving on. The front four, mate. Start with you, Bridge. What did you think of the front four today?
You mean the two strikers and the 2 midfielders?
Well, we had...
You're talking about Murphy, of course. You're talking about Murphy.
Candias and Murphy on the wing.
Yeah.
Josh
So I'll start with
Windass
Candias
in the middle and Morelos up front.
I'll start with Candias. It took Candias, like it did for a lot of our players, it took them a wee while just to get into the idea of playing on that pitch and all these wee things, all the wee daft things it makes. But Candias is to me, he's a lovely wee player. I thought near the end of the game he started to lose his touch a wee bit, and he wasn't getting the ball in to a blue jersey, but getting the ball in, getting into the box, but not finding his man and things like that. He missed a couple of tackles, but overall, I quite like him. I think Candias is good. He's a good player. I think I said this before the start of the game. I thought it would be a straight choice for the manager between Candias and Docherty. I didn't think he would have played both, but there he did. So, and it turned out not too bad considering the result. But for me, I would play on our team going forward. I would be thinking of playing Docherty on the right-hand side as we go forward. And I know that's a wee bit of anathema to what I've been saying before, where I think Candias and what do you call him, Tavernier complement each other. But I still think as a defensive type midfielder, I think that Craig Docherty may offer more. But that's to be seen. We don't know. Candias is a smashing player. And the other forwards, I would think, Jamie Murphy's showing probably for about 65, maybe even 70 minutes today, he showed what he's worth. He's definitely worth a really good... He's a smashing player. he's going to be tremendous for us. Again, involved in some assists, good passer, great runner, good close control. And him and the wee boy Declan John aren't too bad together when they're on the left side. And I thought he's got a good shot on him, scored a goal. You can't complain too much about that. He's going to be a good player for the Rangers if we sign him. Windass, what can you say? A hat-trick. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely. Never stopped running today. Never stopped running. And I thought he was excellent. And Morelos as well. You can see sometimes you think to yourself, the way he moves, the way he gets himself set up to hold the ball in close to himself when the centre half's at his back, and he's strong as an ox, built like a brick shit, excuse the language. Seriously, I can see why, if there are bids in, I can understand why those bids are coming in, because he's a superb player. A goal today and 2 assists. You can't ask for any better from a centre half. That's what I think he was for. Excellent.
You're giving Magpie a run for his money, I can tell you.
Oh, sorry, pal, sorry.
I'm only joking with you, mate. Boswell, front 4, movement, desire, goal scoring.
Yep, absolutely. All of those things. Candias, I thought was excellent on the right. Good linking up with Tav down that side. And then a good delivery into the box. On the other side, Jamie Murphy, I thought was excellent. As I say, I thought he was my man of the match. I thought his linking up play between him and Morelos was superb for the 2 goals. I thought it was good awareness, good control, good striking of the ball as well, because at that it became quite congested up there. Hamilton just trying to throw bodies in the way, but I thought their delivery to one another was excellent. Good awareness, as I say again, and I thought Jamie Murphy also good tracking back as well, and I like that. And I think it's becoming more and more important in the modern game. Josh Winders, well, I'm sorry, but I disagree with Bridge. You can expect more from a centre forward because the amount of chances he gets. So for me, I can always expect more for a centre forward because I sometimes think they think that scoring 3 goals, then that's their job done. No, I think that his goals were well taken. Good awareness. And I think, he is the upgrade from Martin Waghorn, because see that one-on-one when Morelos stuck him through from the right-hand side and he was a one-on-one with the keeper? Martin Waghorn would have missed that. But Josh Winders was excellent, stuck it away, really good goals. The one with the goalkeeper, he can do no more than he's done. He's made the space for himself. Good shot. That'll do for me. And the El Buffalo, as Ibrox calls him, great playing all across the line. I thought he was good desire, and only 1 goal, but I like all of them. I thought they looked good today. And when Jason Cummings came on for Morelos, I just thought he occupied the Hamilton defence. I don't think he did any more than that. And Kenny Miller, same sort of thing for me.
Ibrox loyal, the front 4 for you.
Outstanding to a man. Morales, El Buffalo, got 2, scored 1, a very good goal as well. Starting to link up very well with Jamie Murphy, who himself's coming into a game now. His first couple of games ways, he was very getting back and helping with the defence rather than I wanted for him, because he's outstanding when it comes to attacking football. I seen that in his early days at Motherwell just before he left. Same doing at Sheffield United, and obviously when he went to Brighton as well. He came up here, we're starting to see the best of him. Windass, absolutely outstanding. Gets another hat-trick, that's 2 hat-tricks in 5 games. I seen a wee bit of defensive work from him today as well, around about the 65th minute. I think some of the commentators were actually commenting on that as well, which was good to see. And I'm loving it, mate. It only bodes well for the next couple of games, very important games. Next week against Hearts, and then I think we've got the unmentionables as well coming up. So if our front 4 keep playing as well as they've done, mate, I'm looking forward to the next couple of games.
Cairo, you were wanting to talk about the front 4 anyway, pal.
Can I talk now? Okay. That's fine.
Right. You can take the dunces hat off and sit back in.
I think, as I say, Windass is coming to a game. I think I like Candias. I like the work he does when he's after the ball that we don't talk about. But he seems to be quite controlled and everything else. I like him. when we get other players back, I don't know how we're going to match up, but the way we look really balanced now. And Morelos, he's got his seems to have lost the hump or the huff or whatever it was he had. He seems to be played well today. So I'm quite happy with the front runners now. I thought they did well. It's really exciting thinking we're only 9 points ahead of them. We've got players coming back, and if you're Oddie Murray, what do you think? What do you think? Setting the scene and going, you've a real
24-hour
chance.
cowboy, is that Cairo?
I'm glad you get that, boys. But
these two are similar aged anyway.
It's getting there, isn't it? I mean, yeah, I think they played okay. They say my biggest fear is the defence and Wes's positional sense, if they're going to be critical. I think the ones up front, definitely Windass. I mean, their Windass last two games compared with the game where they put the shush thing up. Being honest, as I said at the time and all, I'm a sticks and stains man. That doesn't bother me doing that. That's what football players do. Yeah. And that's a better put your fingers up for the fans than anything else. Scoring 2 hat-tricks, is it no? And if he does that every week, then power to his elbow, or power to his foot, shall we say. So I'm good. I'm good. It's just even when we're playing well, we've lost 3 goals today again. I mean, it's a weird feeling that we're losing 3 goals, we're winning, and that's what's causing us still to complain, because you come up against a good team, you might not score the 5 goals to overcome that 3. That's my only worry. But I think it's really exciting. We've got good players coming back, and we've got players coming on it again. And I think the winger Candias, I think he does a lot of work unseen as well. His power back, he runs back. I think his work rate's really good. So I'm quite happy with him. I think it'd be disappointing for him to lose his place. But when you get Cummins there as well, he wasn't, he only came on the park. And that other guy, what's Oxy's favourite player? What's his name again?
Kenny Miller.
Oh, that's that boy, aye. When he came on the day, that just sends us back. I think that sends us back to last year, to be honest. So I'd rather had somebody younger coming in. But hey ho, that's my opinion.
Falwheel, your opinion on the front 4?
Well, harking back to times gone back, I kind of, in a selfish reason, I'd like to see Waggy and Garner back, but that's a different conversation. I think they would excel in a team like this. They never had the service at the time, but no, Candias and Tav doing the right. I love it. I don't actually think Candias was that great today, but he was still a thorn on the side. But his crossing was a lot to be desired. I think he had a lot of opportunities to put a better ball in, but he was always there. And I like Tav, and I like Candias. Down the left-hand side, Declan John and Murphy. See that ball that Murphy put in for Morelos to tap in? That to me is perfect. That's what it should be. Head up, who's there? Tap. Brilliant. And Windass, he's just an enigma. Just love his attacking in there at the end. We were all screaming for that, weren't we, last season? We were saying midfielders should be in there. Morelos is up front. He's up there on his own. He's no, is he? Everybody's piling in, and Morelos is just one of these typical strikers that will score 3 out of 10 chances. But that's the way it always was, wasn't it? McCoy used to get slagged off for he scored tons of goals, but he never converted every chance. But I don't know. But see, for me, it's exciting. It's the bench as well, because we're all, when's Cummins coming on? Get Cummins on, because we all want to see him score and all this kind of thing. So, for me, it's just the quality. But no, the front, no bother. I've never been happier for a few years. I think we're getting there.
Well, in my opinion, a lot of people will not agree with us again as usual, but I thought Morelos was superb when he was on to bar today. I can see why there's clubs interested in him. I don't think he wasted a ball most of the day. He provided 2 assists, scored a goal himself, non-stop work, mate. I think he's head and shoulders above Jason Cummins, and other people think it's the other way round. But you can see why clubs are definitely interested in that boy. He's 21-year-old, strong as an ox, mate, and he's just going to get better, boys. As for the other 3, I thought they linked up well. I thought their movement was good. I thought they were very creative in some of the ways they carried out the attacks. And I think it was last week against Ayr, they had 30 attempts on goal. And I wouldn't have thought that 5-3 didn't flatter Hamilton, by the way. I thought we could have scored maybe 8 or 9 there today.
Yeah, I think so.
Fox, how many Dembele dollars do you think?
Mate, I mean, let's be honest here. There's never been a serious bid for that Dembele. But there's people sniffing about Morelos. The Scottish papers think it's a joke. But I'll tell you one thing, he's going to be one of the biggest transfers that Scotland's seen coming out of here, mate. Aye.
I don't think it'll be
the yoke's
summer.
on name, though. Sorry.
Who signed him?
I don't think it'll be into the summer, because I think that we'll hold on to him now. There's no way that he's going to make the Colombian squad playing in China. That's just so not happening. And so I think that if he wants to make the Colombian squad, and I think Ibrox and I were talking about this during the week, we think it's perfectly capable, because there's not much in front of him there. And I think if he just keeps his head down, keeps scoring goals, keeps playing well, keeps himself fit, I think he's a shoo-in for that squad. Do you agree with that still, Ibrox?
No, definitely. I was just looking at the Colombian squad again just before we came on air, and I says your likelihood is it's going to be Falcao, Jackson Martinez, and then it's one of the other 3, Luis Muriel, Morales, and the boy. It's something like Asprilla, but it's no Asprilla. It's no exactly how it's spelled. But it's out of the 3 to get the 3rd spot as a striker for the World Cup group.
And if he goes there, scores a couple of goals, think of a number, double it and multiply it by 15, you've got his transfer fee.
Yeah. Man City come in with a £50 million bid. Come on.
I knock them back, they'll do a marriage.
That's a nice way of calculating it out there.
I think he's got a chance at the squad, Boswell. It's because he's young.
Yeah.
And every World Cup seems to take one promising young player with every team, you know.
Well, you look at the players that came through, Fox. You get James Rodriguez. Oh, sorry, you're meant to call him James Rodriguez because it's not James. And you've got, well, so I'm told, Bridges, by the people that know. And you're right, Fox. There's always a dark horse that comes through. It might just be a kid. It might just be anybody. And he's just got as good a chance as any. And if he's scoring goals, he knows where the goals are. And it's just a question of him moving. And he just needs to be in that squad. And I think that just to play at the World Cup, I think will add millions to his transfer fee.
I think if anybody's listening in, they should be buying Herrera and just leave Morelos.
Aye, I would sell. I would sell.
He's the better player. He's the better player, isn't he? Really.
But I mean, if you're say people in South America, there's supposed to be 2 South American clubs looking at him as well.
Colombians, I think.
And what they'll see is no whole games. It'll be highlights of the games that they'll study of him being in. And as I say, his hold-up play today was brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant again. Movement after the ball was good. Okay then, boys.
We're going to have to go, but I shall see you all later, 8 o'clock tonight, boys. The return of the Euro show. So see you all then. Ta-ta. Thanks.
Right, see you later.
Thanks.
Right, see you later.
Cheers, boys. Well.
I'll listen to it in the archives, boys. Thanks.
As I'm saying there, I think people will be impressed with him, mate. When you look at Dembele dollars across the city, he's a lazy player, mate. And he scored all his goals and got his fame in the under-23s with France, I think. Now, if you put Morelos in an under-23 team, many goals do you think he would score?
Double that, mate. Double that.
But we can't speak like that. We must go and wash our mouth out with soapy water because we're saying these things that how could anybody doubt the skills and the value of Mr. Dembele? I'm sorry. There they were playing today, and I didn't know this. I think it was Fox that said 0-0 at home. I don't even know what the crowd was. But they're at home. Go on, pal.
Can I just finish before we finish on the Morales thing, mate? He's just, the work rate is just, it's outstanding at times, mate. It goes above, as you say, his very young years. He could easily walk into that Colombian national team, mate. Imagine he plays up front with Falcao at the World Cup, and as Boswell says there before he went off, he gets 2 or 3 goals. You know what I mean? Could you imagine the price tag? Seriously, and he's going to go down south. Let's be honest about this. I hope he doesn't do anything silly and disappear to China, because I'd be shutting the door right now. Because if Rangers let him go, I don't care whether it's for your 11 or 15 million pound. I know it's a lot of money, but we'd be absolutely shooting ourselves in the foot if we let him go before the summer, mate. Seriously.
Anybody else, were you coming in there, Farwell?
I was just mentioning there, but what Fox was saying, and Bridgman, sorry, and also what Brooks Loyal was saying. Obviously, every player's got their price, that kind of thing. But Morelos, I love him, and I hope he stays. But it's a difficult time, innit? If you make a lot of money off him, and every player's got his price, but if they accept the amount of money that everybody suggests there is, and it's on social media, then what do you do with the money, though? You know, it's not as if you can spend it on anybody else.
I was talking to you.
Can I come in there, Farwell? Can I
come
in
there,
there, Farwell? I was just going to say that, based on what Farwell's saying, and what I've been saying, I have to say this in all honesty. I think that the Rangers board have got a figure in their mind, and they think they've got a fish on the edge of the hook here, that the Chinese will come back in. This is what I think they've done. And whether, in fact, it's somebody's pipe dream or somebody's imagination running wild, I think they're sitting there thinking, with the greatest will in the world, we're going to get 15 million for this guy. And if we get 15 million, there is absolutely no way in God's earth that they're going to say no. That's what I think. I think that if they get 15 million, well, that's them broken the Scottish transfer record. We did it with Torrey Andre Flo coming in the way, and now we've done it with Morelos. We'll have done it with Morelos going out the way, if it works out that way. And 15 million, minus, of course, the whatever this, they've got to pay something up to the Finnish team, you know, the Helsinki mob, you know, they've got to pay some money to them. That's it, they sell on stuff, plus taxes. And they'll probably end up with the best part of 10, 11 million pounds in Rangers Bank. That's what I want to see. Put it in the bank. When we get to the end of our season, we'll have 11 million pound cash in the bank. Done.
Quickly, Fox. See what you're saying? I get what you're saying, an individual player, but see what rings true for me was when Murty was talking about, I don't know if you saw his preview sort of interview. It was on Rangers TV earlier. And he was talking about his ideas and all that, Jurgen Klopp and all these great managers and Mourinho. And he was talking about even Man City. They've got fantastic players that we all love to watch. It doesn't matter who comes and goes. It's about that winning mentality. And see, for me, if he instills that winning mentality, it doesn't matter if anyone else comes or goes. It doesn't matter who's in that team. Every single one of them needs to be winners. And that, for me, sell him for 10 million. But as long as every single player that he replaces are winners, we'll be fine. We'll be all right.
Well, Ox was a bit drunk last night when I was talking to him about Morelos, and he says to me, sell Morelos and give Kenny Miller another year. I says, Bridge will no put up with that.
He should win too many champions if he's saying that, mate.
I think he's been a bit unfair, but no, I have to say, if they get the money they want, and this Mr. King and his board have done very, very well since they come in, and I'll put all my trust in them, and I would hope that this new director of football again is a smart cookie. Hence the reason why I say they're letting him run with it. If indeed these stories are true, right, because that's what we're speaking about, we don't know if these bids are imaginary or a wind-up, you know, to them across the city. I don't know. But we're not getting told anything other than they're genuine bids, and Rangers don't want to sell. We don't need to sell. And that makes me think that they're just turning and saying to that team, if you want him, just look, they've done to us, other teams have done to us. There's the money. That's what we're looking for. £15 million paid up front. That's it. Come and get him.
The big thing for me is if he gets sold to China, mate, he'll disappear into the ether. You know, people will forget. I think for his end career, he should be trying for a move to England. Whereas if he gets picked up with one of the top clubs and he doesn't make it, we've got a sell-on value stuck on him. And he could move about the top of the Premier League and earn us even more money, mate. That's what I think.
See, for me, though, I was obviously watching the game today. And when they scored first, I was actually not that worried. I actually still felt confident we would win. And then the same again on Sunday there, we were playing air. When they scored first, I was still not worried that we would win. So for me, something's changed. I don't know what it is, but I'm confident when we play. I don't care if they score first. We'll still win. And that isn't Morelos that's done that. It's just the attitude of the team. It doesn't matter if Morelos is in there or not. It's just the way it is. It's just we're moving forward. We're getting better. And it's just, you know what I mean? Onwards and upwards. That's all I think.
That's all we can do is hope that we have a real good, strong finish to the season and see where it takes us. Anyway, that's our time up for tonight. We'll have a wee shout out after boys, just to remember people that the Euro show follows us later at 8 o'clock tonight, where if you're into European football, I think you'll enjoy EK, Bear and Boswell. So we'll go to the shout outs. First yourself, Falwheel.
Oh, Greg Doherty, well done, mate. Played well. And obviously I played against Hamilton.
Oh, did you? In Cairo? You still there, Cairo?
Still there, aye. My shout-outs to the guys running about the leader after the singing for the UB. Keep them away from a microphone.
Oh, they'll be hunting you down Cairo.
Well, they know how to get me on here. I mean, I don't mind them singing good songs like that. Just get somebody who's good at singing it.
Yeah, well, I think they make up no bad wee tunes, mate.
Yeah, right. Oh no, that's right. It's executing them's the problem. Not. I thought they did okay today. I think they gave the supporters that go away a wee chance, but let some of the ears of the folk that are sitting watching the telly get a wee bit of peace. Get a good singer next year, be great.
Okay, Ibrox Loyal.
Just another great result today, and everybody listening, get tuned in for the Euro show tonight. It's absolutely fantastic, and I'm delighted it's back. So I'll be tuned in come 8 o'clock.
No bother, Bridge.
Well, what can I say? I'd like to echo everybody's shout-outs, but I would dearly love to say well done, Rangers. Apart from the wee hiccups and a couple of goals that we lost, with absolutely superb performance, particularly in the second half with the goals that we scored. Wonderful stuff. Dominant, truly dominant. And to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly the Rangers fans in our Rangers radio here, every single one of us, keep it going for the Rangers, please. Keep it going because we need it.
I'd like to thank everybody that took part in the first part of the show and the second part. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock, the usual time for the phone-in, and Boswell will be back along with EK at 8 o'clock tonight. Catch you all later. Good night.
All the best.
A wee song, I hope.
Oh, you're no way we're off air, mate.
Now there's a pub in Green Street where all good proddies you will meet. So come down here and together we'll have a jar. A welcome there you will receive, so good that you won't want to leave. A fine wee pub is Saltcoats Mermaid Bar. You'll hear the sash, and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. We all support the Queen and Crown. The prices here are the best in town. And the bar staff, they are one terrific crew. Every everyone laughing, full of cheer. It's one tremendous atmosphere, singing to support the red, white and blue. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. It's nice to come to the Mermaid Bar when Rangers are playing at Ibrox Park. You'll forget your worries and all your cares, singing songs against the Thames before you watch the Rangers win, for everyone here supports the Teddy Bears. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. If you are up from Belfast town, Tyrone, Fermanagh or County Down, Armagh, Antrim or London, Derry shores, the Mermaid is the place for you, so come and have a drink or two. Next time in Saltcoats you'll want to come back for more. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all.